What I find with people like Heidi is, as the business owner, I want to have a dramatic change in the way that we run property management. I've never been satisfied over 20 plus years in real estate that property management's been run the right way, as strange as that is. And it's good to see people like, Ray White and Ben White particularly come in and say they want to have a dramatic change in the way property management gets done. That is not going to happen unless you have people like Heidi in that leadership position. They are the ones that are prepared to take the risk to make the change.
I enjoy every part of property management. I enjoy seeing our arrears at 0.95%. I enjoy seeing people have, this is where their homes are, this is where they live. We appreciate that this is where people sleep at night. We create wealth for investors. I enjoy seeing them create their wealth as well. That's what I enjoy about the property management side of things. I don't know how they took me. They see me as a hard worker, I suppose. When I was 18 and I'd go in early and I'd work hard and read a lot. I didn't know straight away whether this would be a career path for me. Being so young in the industry, I was amazed to see how many people would come and go, property management staff that would just come and go. And I think it's the way that they run the business. I think it's stressful if you make it stressful, if you don't have the right systems in place and you don't follow up things when you're meant to follow things up, and I think that's what really makes it stressful. There was times that I just went, what am I doing here? But I stuck to it. I sat down and went, right, how can we do things better here? How are we going to be able to do better systems? And sat there and went, there must be a better way to do this, and just kept to it. The way that I try and operate is I don't leave the office until I return everybody's call. I've got that particular rule. Property management back wasn't really taken that seriously. I think that the sales team were starting to hit a boom back in 01, 02, really started to peak in 03, so we sort of sat back in the background a little bit, I feel. It's interesting to see, since we've seen a little bit of a change in the market on business owners really noticing and appreciating the property management side of the business, whereas those days when the market was booming and we were just behind the scenes and doing the work behind the scenes. But it's really important for business owners to appreciate that and to work closely with the property managers.
Heidi is a good example of someone who's probably 2 or 3 years away from being a really good leader in her role. The fact is Heidi's very, very good in the business that she's doing now. But at her age, she's got a lot to learn on the leadership side of things and dealing with staff. And 2 or 3 years away, as I said, from being great. But that still shouldn't stop, in my opinion, any business owner putting someone like that in a role. Heidi's previous role in property management, she was excellent at, very good. And I think probably a lot of business owners might fall into the trap. If someone's very good in that role, that then prohibits them from promoting them up or swapping them into other positions, because why take them out of that role? They're very good at it. I've never, sort of thought that that's the way business should go. Let's get someone good. That means they're good. You just put them up into even probably a better position and see how they perform in that. And Heidi's classic of that.
Going from the front desk out to assistant property management position, we got 2 new property managers and I was the assistant to them, so I did everything from folding to sending out the letters to dropping off entry notices to properties to handling arrears, and I suppose you do start at the bottom, so I got all the fun jobs, I suppose. I decided, I really enjoy the job, so sort of the days, the weeks, the years have sort of gone by, and I've really enjoyed the job. There's nothing else out there that I've wanted to sort of tap into at all. And last year is when I sort of really seen this as a career for myself, when Brett entrusted me into doing the business management side of the business. I think it's an exciting career because it's in the media, it's out everywhere. You go to the local pub after work and they're talking about real estate, so it's a really exciting industry to be in. It is difficult to describe what I do during the week. Between our offices we manage 960 properties and it's growing day by day. At the moment as well I'm looking after the business development side of things just as it's coming in. We've just recruited a new business development officer because we find that's really important within the business because we're definitely wanting to grow. Previously we've been trying to say what we've got and look after what we've got, but we've now we're ready for growth, so that's what we're focused on doing.
The exciting thing about people like Heidi at her age is I can throw her any task. Over the years, obviously, we've bought rent rolls, which can be quite dramatic. The only reason you actually have the opportunity to pick up a rent roll is because it's been managed poorly in the other business. So you buy it, it comes over, it's not in the best condition. People like Heidi thrive on tidying that up and getting it right, and I've just been amazed how there's just no issues with that. She just grabs it and runs with it, and that's even developed to a point where in today's market there's been rent rolls that are available to buy. I've utilised Heidi in a little bit of negotiations with some of the other business owners because she has no fear about that, and what a great way to develop her skills and bring her from the ground up at this early stage, talking about and understanding how rent rolls are purchased, the value of them, because reality is she's going to be a business owner one day, so why not start coaching her on those things today? I have no fear of that.
When I first took the role on, obviously I did have some fears of the girls accepting me in the position, being so young, and we did have some older team members around at the time that I was a bit worried about it, but they did embrace it. Property management has so many opportunities. The way that we advertise positions here is career in property management is our title, and that's how we're capturing the staff that we've got working for us today. The girls all look after their own section, and they're all very happy and they work very closely together, and I can safely say that they seem to be quite passionate about what they're doing, and they don't want to shift around on what they're doing. They're very happy on their certain roles that they're doing. I suppose my pet hate would be any of our staff hanging up the phone and saying, "Dan tenant" or "Dan landlord." We've got a purpose in our office where it's a no-go, where they will hang up the phone and say that, because they've got to understand. They need to understand why the owner's being like that or why the tenant's being like that. So we've got a no policy of definite pet hate of hanging up the phone and doing that. After being in property management for 6 years, Brett came to me with the opportunity to become the business manager for the group. At age 24, I was like, wow, what do we need to do? Where do we need to go with this? To start off with, Brett and I needed to build the trust on my ideas on where I thought that the business should go, and then throwing those ideas by him, and he has been very trusting, and he's been saying go for it, whatever we need to do, just get into it, and we've been showing some good results. I do all the employing within the office. I discuss new salaries with new staff members, with changing stuff, the way that we do things, the way that we do paper stuff, getting a new archiving system into the office, upgrading our software programs, little things like that, the trust that Brett and I have been able to get. Because Brett and I are wanting to grow the portfolio more, and our team is ready to grow the portfolio more. I've recently been involved in some negotiation of some rent rolls. There are a few for sale on the Sunshine Coast at the moment.
Total responsibility to Heidi has just been fantastic. It's just taken so much pressure off me. We catch up once a week and we download on a lot of issues, but I know Heidi will go back onto the coalface and take all the pressure off me and grab it with two hands and run with it. It's from a business owner's point of view, it's just fantastic.
We're starting to build a bridge now with the loan market and our insurance companies, and educating that to our investors as well. We're not just property managers that collect the rent. We've got all this opportunity within our group to talk the lingo with our investors on what opportunities that we can provide for them. I suppose we've got a really good culture going within our office now. Gone are the days where that's not my job. That doesn't happen anymore. We've got girls that are, if one girl is a little bit stressed and they've got a full day of whatever task they've got for the day, another girl will come in and say, "Is there any, do you need a help with this, or need a hand with that?" And you can definitely feel a better culture within the office. So from starting from the front desk, going into assistant property manager, then to property manager, dabbling into a bit of the BDO work, I really, and now obviously as the business manager, I can really feel that I would definitely love the opportunity to become a business owner in the upcoming years. I love working with the staff. I love knowing the systems. I love knowing what's happening in the market, and I really would love the opportunity to become a business owner in the future. the best advice I could give to somebody new to the industry is sometimes it's going to be hard and sometimes there's going to be tough days, but it's definitely a rewarding job at the end of the day, and go for it. You'll really love it.